The last time anyone saw Betty Lee alive, she was talking on a telephone. The next day, her body was found in the New Mexico desert. The forensic evidence revealed there were two perpetrators who left the scene and drove off.
A very brutal one at that.
A knife and a sledgehammer were found in the brush nearby. The victim was identified as 36-year-old Betty Lee from Shiprock, New Mexico, about 30 miles away. Betty was a Native American, a Navajo, divorced with 5 children. She had been going to school to become a nurse.
My Aunt Betty was a very happy person. She loved everything about life. I mean, her kids were her #1 priority, and then school, and that was why she was back in school, was to make life better for them.
2 years earlier, another Native American, Donald Sosi, was found stabbed and beaten to death in the desert just 10 miles away. Police feared a serial killer might be on the loose. At Betty Lee's autopsy, the medical examiner found numerous stab wounds to her chest and no idea where they would lead. The trail went on and on, deeper and deeper into the desert.
At times we noticed that the tracks crisscrossed each other, so we'd have to take time and figure out what direction we wanted to go because they overlapped each other.
We weren't even 100% positive that this was a vehicle that was directly related to this homicide. We were just following tracks that led out of the crime scene.
At times it was difficult to decipher.
Where are these tracks leading? Why are they here? Over the next 3 or 4 hours, we followed tracks, and when we lost them, we'd get out, walk, look for them, pick them up again, drive some more until we lost them again.
And this went on for mile after mile after mile. And then the trail stopped. Nearby were tire impressions from several different vehicles. Apparently there had been some sort of meeting.
It was obvious. The vegetation had been tore up. There was ruts in there. The sand was tore up. And then I started picking up several different shoe impressions. One was a smooth sole, might have been a Western boot.
About 20 yards away, they found another extraordinary piece of evidence. They called for a tow truck, and it got stuck. Finally, the tow truck driver called Charlie Bergen, and he pulled them all out.
I've been doing this a long time, 17 years of it, and you see people do some really stupid things. People have weird ways. It's none of my business what they do. I just go on and towed them out and did my thing.
Investigators could hardly believe it. But what was Bergen's phone doing in the sand?
While I was pulling them out, my phone rings. Cell phone reception here is not very good. Couldn't hear a word she was saying. It was my wife. Kind of pisses me off, so I just throw the phone away. No big deal.
Investigators were now faced with a dilemma. Either Charlie Bergen had just told one of the biggest lies they'd ever heard, or he had come face to face with Betty Lee's killers. "36-year-old Betty Lee, the single mother of 5 young children, had been murdered in the New Mexico desert. The tire tracks found at the crime scene led police on a journey several miles into the desert, where apparently the vehicle got stuck. Charlie Bergen, a tow truck driver, told police he was called to the scene to pull the vehicles from the sand and was paid for his services with a check. It was signed by 31-year-old Bobby Fry, a construction worker who had a police record.
He seemed nervous in a kind of a weird way. Not really nervous, just didn't want us in the vehicle, I guess you could say. I don't know why he didn't want us in that vehicle. I don't understand that.
Bergen said Bobby Fry was driving the car.
We're headed off to Bobby Fry's house. This is something that needs immediate attention. If there's any evidence, we need to get to his house and preserve it if there is any.
When questioned about the incident, Bobby Fry confirmed that his car got stuck in the desert and that he called his father to help pull him out. But he denied having anything to do with Betty Lee's murder. And he willingly allowed police to search his home.
I remember walking into Robert Fry's bedroom and thinking, oh my gosh, there was an enormous pile of clothes. There was stuff scattered everywhere. The room was in total disarray. And I remember thinking, I have to go through this entire room with a fine-tooth comb.
In the pile of clothes, investigators found a black T-shirt and a pair of size 13 boots, the same size as the impressions found at the crime scene. Bobby Fry said his friend, Les Ang, was with him the night before. In Ang's home,
It was huge. Forensic evidence solved this case.